Hello, everyone, and welcome to another CrossKeys tournament match. This is Swiss round 5. The winner of this keeps their life alive a little bit longer in this tourney. The other one is out of bracket contention, but hoping to at least put up a heckin' good fight. My name's Willa J. Bradley, and I'm here with my good pal Unknown Availability, whose name I spelled correctly this time. Yes.
Sometimes we do things right. And in this case, these runners are definitely going to be hoping they do things right. Because, man, making a wrong choice in cross keys, it sucks.
It can hurt. It can really sting. But
Yeah.
let's get this party started.
Give me boot and good luck.
Good luck, Gargoyle.
Yeah, I wasn't unsure how to say that. I didn't want to say like Gilg and I don't know. It just
Okay, I'm gonna hit the quit button this time. Alright. The race is on. Once they catch up, I'll sync this bad boy up and we'll be off to the races, so. Yeah, both runners sitting at 2 and 2. This is a very important race, but man, making brackets with 180 plus people down to 16, it's not an easy task, I'd say. Not
no,
an easy
man.
task.
That's one of those. That's one of those hard things that like trying to get all of this to make sense at the end to go all the way down to that many people is just
it's gonna be rough.
right. Getting similar starts, going down to check the witch's hut, do this little nice skip. Oh, never mind. All right. Nissan is actually going all the way to check the dam. I didn't expect that.
Well, you just never know with these cross keys routes, I suppose. Finds the top of Paradox Cave. Very nice find. Well, I feel like we've been seeing a lot of this northern trip up to like Houlihan and check the north route, drop downs. I feel like that's a bit of a become the standard in this. I like it if you go for Houlihan, but if like you're checking drop downs, you run into something that requires bombs and you have none, it can be kind of frustrating.
Yeah, the early bomb drops are really helpful in this, where Nissan has found 7 doing the Paradox Cave here, which is nice. I gotta say, I don't know. Doing Houlihan early is nice, but if you run into a shop, you get to buy bombs. If you run into
An uncle with
anything
bombs.
that you, yeah, like it's. Oh wow, yeah. Talk about bombs when you get them. Okay.
Hey, sometimes it works out. Yeah, Nilsson Alex found a bush crab with bombs, so that's how he farmed up some bombs right there, which is really nice. Early bombs, especially when you find like Paradox Cave, can be pretty beneficial, especially when it's your only weapon.
Bomb drops from the mini Moldorms. That's actually really nice, because if you miss, it's very frustrating when you're low on bombs.
Ooh, early big key for Eastern, also really good. I don't know why that's become like the norm. It's like, man, if I get to do Eastern in one go, like I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy.
Because it's so painful to have to come back for one big key check to be, and also to beat the boss. It's
Yeah,
one of those.
for sure.
It becomes its own fetch quest and its own, crappy. Where did I leave that thing? So yeah, I understand that completely. If you get to do Eastern Palace all in one go.
Well, this is exciting. One of our Paradox Cave entrances did take us up to TR, and Alex also finding Eastern Palace there at the bottom.
So big key to Eastern and Eastern are both in similar areas. Kind of out of the way. I don't know if that's out of the way or not. Now that I'm thinking about it, because you only have to start at Link's house and then go south because it's at the dam. And you can just drop right down and come back to Eastern, so...
That's one of the nice things. Like, obviously it's not as fun when you don't have a Moon Pearl to, like, get sent in the Dark World early, but, like, mapping out these efficient and useful connectors can be pretty beneficial even later on, or even early. Who knows? This seed will potentially force you into some required bunny walking, so we did see the Dancing Lady house, I think it was, also here. That's what I call her. One of the Kakariko connectors was up here on Dark Death Mountain, so that could be our ticket to another portion of the game.
Yeah, that lady's actually saw Hashula's wife.
Dancing lady. Dancing lady. It's what she did.
I've called her Miss Saha. That's my shorthand for her.
That is also acceptable.
So, I know everybody has shorthand when they do certain notes and things like that, and some of the things it just gets ridiculous. But going through Eastern, not really finding anything. We got a cape. Nothing really in the form of offense other than bombs.
And that looked like a connector, wasn't it? What was over? What was over on that? Is that a map or compass that Alex just found over on the right side of Eastern?
He found a big key. I don't remember.
Oh, another
which.
big key. Oh, is it the GT big key? Looked like based on his tracker.
Okay.
That's a nice one to find early, I guess. Perhaps.
Yeah, GT is kind of weird too because you have to do the same thing, but it's just in different directions. You tend to multi-dip GT if you find it early in this anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to know that just like early on, you don't have to worry about coming back for the big chest later.
Yeah, that's the most annoying one.
That could be a bit time consuming for sure.
Yeah, there's no fast way to get to the big chest. It's just either left or right and go. So
I feel like early on, Alex is finding some of the good stuff. You know, early big keys. Bottle's nice. We found Skullwood's boss here in Kakariko. Can only get the item here because, of course, no keys, no sword, no fire source. Can't do much else in here.
We didn't know that it's in a decent spot. We don't know where the Sanctuary save and quit spot is yet, so it's very possible that you can just be right here in Kakariko to be able to come right back. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that can be a pretty significant part of like a nice CrossKey seed is when you have like a sanctuary over in like Kakariko, or like the old man rescue, the mountain save and quit point is over at Kakariko. Just anything that gets you over there, especially with there being so many entrances, there's a good chance you'll find a connector or, you know, something important you want to come back for.
Oh, another big key for Alex right now. He's finding all the key information early, but Gylgamesh is getting all the entrances out of the way. We've only checked a few entrances on Alex's side.
I feel like Gylgamesh going for like a pretty standard route, you know, Kakariko being so hefty with the connectors and entrances. It's kind of nice to find that. Also, that does confirm that the dancing lady will take us up to Dark Death Mountain from the Kakariko library. So,
that's good information. So we know where to go. That's another pretty quick spot to get to, or rather, no, you don't have to check a connector to come back to it. So, I mean, that's one of those things I almost. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I almost like that whenever I find the connector to the connector that I just found, that I can just X that off and not worry about it, not have to worry about coming all the way back.
Oh yeah, like you find
nice thing.
One side of Super Bunny Cave that has the two items, and then you find the other side, and you're like, oh cool, I don't need to care about this.
Exactly.
Also, having a connector up to Dark Death Mountain, even if it is on the bottom, there's an ice rod at the library. Boots locked ice rod. You know, we could see ourselves finding like the mirror and the hook shot, and then all of a sudden, boom, that's all of Death Mountain, like the lower part of Death Mountain on both East and West Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's wild to think that finding the right entrance and having just one item like mirror can just eliminate so many entrances and cross keys. It's crazy how many you can just get off the list.
That looked like the useless fairy drop down here at Kakariko Well. I feel like we also did see another more or less useless drop down. That might just had like, it might have been like the Lost Woods and just didn't have anything of super value. There's Hyrule Castle, right? I think.
Yeah, that was right. And I know
Super Bunny.
Okay then.
I mean, aside from Skull Woods, like that was not the best Kakariko we've seen.
Depending on this connector could just be a really nice one. I don't know. Yeah, that's rough. You don't like finding the useless very early either, because now you have more good locations that are closed off because they're going to be blocked behind a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like you get the well over at the back of escape drop down that's glove locked, or yeah, I mean I don't think we've even like found Ganon yet, right?
No, we haven't. We don't know where Ganon's at. So very
Meyer.
possible vanilla.
Meyer Big Key via Super Bunny. Very interesting.
Yeah, and this is the thief drop down you were talking about that had nothing. It was just the one arrow, so. Oh. Well, that ends that. But that's good to know as well, because now you know that's an entrance that you're not going to have to go to.
Yeah. And who knows, there might be a particular scenario where you need to take that connector with the mitts or something, and or you know what? No, that's probably not gonna actually happen.
Yeah, that's
You know,
yeah.
There is that really cool trick that people found where you can kind of hook shot through the fence, or the bottom of the fence on the left there.
Right. I've never seen anybody use that in a race or anything like that. I've seen people try it, and then
Yeah.
But I don't know how easy or difficult that is. In all honesty, I've never tried it myself. Or
Once
even
you know how to
in.
do it, it's pretty straightforward.
Oh, so pretty executable once you know.
Yeah, it's just there's like a very particular way you have to, very particular input that you have to do, or like setup, which is just as simple as like, oh, make sure you're holding down left, or something like that.
Yeah. I love what I just saw Alex do. I don't see enough people pull on the picture to get the tree pull items. I love it. It's so awesome when you know what it is that you go up there and just pull something out of a picture.
Yeah, and he got some big 20s. Speaking of big, we got a Moon Pearl already out of Hype Cave from the Lake Hylia Fortune Teller.
Very nice Hype Cave. Even having the Moon Pearl by itself, if you get a Moon Pearl hammer bow in there, it's really nice. So,
and there's the back of Desert Palace, the boss section of Desert Palace. So good info. I didn't catch what was on the Lake Hylia Island though.
I don't think it was anything of note. It looked like something like a 10 pickup or something like that of arrows.
Gotcha. Some Junkerinos, if you will.
Yeah, I don't need to go there with the flippers and mirrors. So we've got the shed and the mirror. Hi.
Pearl and mirror. Well, that dream I had about taking that connector up to Dark Death Mountain and mirroring is coming into play. Just got to get that hook shot, and then you get the whole whammy. Whammy.
Yeah, that's nice. And another big key for Alex. So Misery Mire, now with 4 big keys, this is the literal like visual of the 2 sides of CrossKeys that you can have.
Yeah.
A few good items and then all keys on one scenario, and then you've got no keys, few good items. It's just the way it goes.
I've certainly experienced both sides. Where it's like, oh, here's all the items. I have 0 keys. Oh, here's all the keys. I have 0 items. What do I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so back of escape is gonna be at the Uncle drop down. So
well, that's nice.
Get those 3 items with the bombs in hand.
That's very nice. Sahasrahla has a bigger house today.
Well, I guess we did see this already on Gilgamesh's side.
I did not remember them actually checking.
A cape in here, right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed them doing that.
Coming back.
Getting some more annoying checks out of the way. Down here where the warp is to go into Dark World, I hate this entrance. I really do. Oh.
It can be kind of frustrating to route in just East Palace area in general. I feel like the route that Gilgamesh did is the way you would do it with when you don't have a glove, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you can't go the south route.
Yeah, it's it's just, yeah, like you said, one of those, if your route just ends up taking you out of the way, it just becomes a really painful spot, because until you get the flute, like if you have the flute, then it's great, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Flute early is so nice in CrossKeys.
it really is.
Oh, Gylgamesh! Okay, I was worried he was going to get poked to death. He's going to get 1.0. We did see a very funny Hyrule Castle map. I thought he was going to walk into his own bomb.
I did too, trying to avoid the rat
Yeah.
and then die right outside of here.
Alright, so where are we off to next? We haven't been, I don't think... Did either runner go into the Lost Woods?
I don't think so.
No, because they both went through Super Bunny.
Yeah, they both took that connector, because I kind of understand that, but you're also, it's that fortune teller spot and the top of the woods where those again are awkward areas.
Yeah, for sure.
Get to.
Nice money making game right there.
I decided not to do it though.
Gilgamesh
you know what?
might be.
Was that the arrow game that you saw?
Yeah, the archery game.
Okay, you said money making game, and I thought it was the chess game, and I'm like, wait, why would he do that?
Nobody plays that ever. There's Ganon.
Yeah. So Ganon's at an easy spot. All right, cool. Now that means the well is going to probably be locked behind something stupid. So
now we just need Kakariko, the Kakariko well to not be like behind Aga 1 or Aga 2. I gotta say that there's the Smith in the Lost Woods. Gilgamesh took the longest route to get here, I think. Starting from Blink's house and walking all the way south to get up here.
Definitely.
I mean, there's not too many better options at this point. But maybe Alex's route from... Oh, there is Kakariko well behind Aga 1. Great. Maybe Alex's route from Hyrule Castle faster.
I think so too. Okay, so Hyrule Castle left. That's nice. Did we go out of the front?
I think the front is the only connector we haven't seen yet.
Okay,
so
I could not remember if they actually checked that.
We might see that checked here on Alex's side, or potentially both.
Yeah, easy to come back out and check the front. I don't know why you would do anything different. Alex is going to be deciding to use bombs to to clear this room out. Oh man, I thought he was about to get hit again.
Nah.
Flippers
are nice. That opens up some more entrances to check as well. I feel like Gilgamesh is like, I want to find my way into the Dark World so I can take advantage of this Moon Pearl and Mirror that he definitely has and I didn't mark.
You know, I feel like that first chest where you fight the Blue Guard, that burned me so bad with a hammer.
Oh, in your race, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, I will never not check that now if I find
and then
Castle.
Not this week, not week 4, but week 3, when I got completely blasted by a hammer on Pyramid, it's like, I know it's just right there, it's a free item, but like,
yeah,
it's such a walk. So,
it really is.
Because I think that seat also had, maybe it didn't have blade, I don't remember, but freaking hammer, man. Why is it always late hammers?
Yeah, hammer's the worst. It's so bad because there's just so much stuff in travel-wise that gets cut off in the Dark World that you're like, shoot, what do I do?
Alright, last check. This, we didn't get the Hyrule Castle small, so this isn't in logic. Neither was that ether that we just got, but who cares? Logic schmogic. Gotta dodge that guard. Man, I think it was also in that race for me that I got I called out Sankheart and Zelda Cell and then got it. I was so mad.
Trying to death work. And then you called, I think it was the mirror on being where you needed it, where you didn't want to go. No, it was the hammer. You said hammer on Pyramid. You actually called that.
Yeah, I did. And I think it was like when I was in the pod area too, but I was like,
I was calming that race, and I remember having your audio on for it, and we were discussing whether or not what you said would be safe for stream. Oh Lord, that was
fine. Wait,
It
who
was fun. It was
who was
fun.
restreaming that?
You were on Big Channel. I was Zelda Speedruns.
Oh, I was on Big Channel. Got it. Desert
Yeah.
right here at Meyer. Wait, was that Desert? Yeah, that was Desert, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's
So
nice
yeah,
having
that's
a quick connector to the Meyer area, and Gilgamesh going to take advantage of this mirror and Moon Pearl potentially.
Yeah, this is gonna definitely pay out a lot more for Gilgamesh because now we gotta do Death Warp here, and gotta Bunny Revive, and it's just one of those unfortunate things. It's just gonna take you extra time, where Gilgamesh can just run right in and do what he's got to do.
This is definitely the quintessential problem about checking connectors too early, like before you get a Moon Pearl. It is time consuming constantly having to Death Warp in every single dungeon you go into.
Yeah,
fortunately we're still
pros and cons.
low-ish health, so it's not as bad, but yeah, like if Gilgamesh happens to find like a hammer or a glove or the boots from these desert checks, that'd be pretty massive.
Yeah, it's just a lot of time. The two items that Gilgamesh found over Alex right now, Mirror, Moon Pearl, those are really, really good ones to save time and just not have to worry about a lot of annoying stuff.
And they were both really easy too. They were just sitting at Lake Hylia Fortune Teller, and then the other one was like the trees outside of Eastern Palace. Oh, there's swamp.
Wow.
A lot of dungeons early. Wow.
I like those seeds. I like having my dungeon information early, so I can be more focused on what I need to get.
Oh man, it drives me nuts. Like, I'm in go mode, but I have to find this last dungeon. And then you check literally everything, and it's like, oh, I need the flute or the mitts. Or the flute and mitts to find it. It's just aggravating.
And getting Mimic clipped, well, not Mimic clip, excuse me, they'd use the bottle that they found, so using the old school method.
Yeah, this could be advantageous for Alex if Gilgamesh doesn't go for the Mimic clip. Doesn't have a bottle, so can't do the same trick, but there are alternatives. There's a Meyer Schmall. It's
one of your favorite things to see bow-locked bow, though. I know you call it out every single time.
I just watched a Casual Boots tourney race that literally came down to one player Mimic clipping for a bow-locked bow.
Yeah.
And then the other one ended up being in, like, Pendant Swamp or something, so...
Oh, man. Yeah, deep. I think it was deep in Pendant Swamp, too. Man, that, yeah. But we hopefully can... Yeah, we are going to be trying to get a Mimic clip here. I love this trick. I love Mimic clipping. It's so cool to see.
Once you get the bufferless Mimic clip down, it's pretty nice. Your thumb hurts a little bit afterwards, and you're going to get, like, a callus, like if you're playing bass guitar, but just only one Mimic clip a day, and you'll be fine.
Doing bufferless, yeah.
It's just that easy.
Yeah, really.
It's just, done. Like, I almost kind of use the same mechanic that I used for like attempting to hover, except I'm more successful at Mimic clipping. Is you just kind of hold it. I hold my controller vertically, and then just kind of run my thumb across the right and up inputs on the D-pad until it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that once you get the dexterity for it, it's useful, and it's really a great way to have to avoid doing the bottle method. Because if you don't have a bottle, what are you going to do? And then you're just leaving that area behind until you find a bow.
Oh, sick kid, no bottle, though.
That's unfortunate, because that's exactly... The runners literally have what the other runners need.
Yeah, and Alex picking up another big key here in Desert, the Turtle Rock big key, and finding the main exit takes you right to bot. So that's 110 rupees you get to save later.
Not too bad there. Unfortunately, again, for Alex, doing some bunny walk, but not having the Moon Pearl is going to cost, and not having the mirror to be able to check some of this stuff that they have not checked yet, that Gilgamesh has already checked.
Yeah, it's definitely advantage favoring Gilgamesh right now. But it's CrossKeys. You never know. Sometimes you don't want to, you don't want to peak too early.
100%. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I start feeling the pressure more in CrossKeys around the 40-minute mark, and if I don't have a lot, I just start getting, oh no, where am I going? What did I miss?
Right.
What is that? Yeah, and just start going through all those scenarios in my mind if I don't have a lot.
The best is when you're like 90 minutes in and you still don't have a single crystal.
Right.
Or a moon pearl, but that was more so like inverted CrossKeys nonsense. That happened way too often.
Yeah, the scenario of it being 90 minutes not having a crystal is just really rough, and then suddenly it's like, oh well, everything is literally at a save and quit point. Let's just go kill 4 bosses in a row.
Yep. There is kind of like this. It does feel like at the end of a seed, once you have like almost everything you need, you do kind of just bam, 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 knock everything out real quick sometimes. And then you get those seeds where it's like, I have to spend 30 minutes looking for this last big key.
Right. And that was a scenario we were talking about earlier where it's like, well, I have this many entrances that I'm still looking for that can give me items. I don't have very many places left to check. What am I gonna miss now?
Right. I was in a really weird situation in my race the other day where I had beaten all the crystal dungeons, and all I had left was either run around and check all the one-offs that I skipped, or look for a pendant swamp to try and find my stupid castle tower key. Fortunately, my opponent finished before I got to that point, so it didn't matter. Hooray!
Yeah, I guess. What's worse? Is it worse losing by a little or just getting blown away?
Dude, if I lose like a race by a minute, it definitely lingers longer than getting blown out. Like,
yeah,
I would rather get blown out, but at the same time, I'm like, why do I even play this game if I'm gonna get blown out? I've definitely had ladder races where it's like, I lost by 27 minutes. Anyway, you just kind of laugh those off. But like, if you lose by, I've had like 4-second race losses, 30 seconds. You're just like, man, if I just done this one thing differently. But it is what it is.
You start counting down the seconds that you could have saved in the most menial spots, and it's like you never would have saved that there. So yeah. It's definitely way more.
It wears on you for sure.
Yeah.
We are getting more info. We got 2 TR entrances here, both left and right.
That's
here
nice.
in top of the castle. Now, and blindside.
Oh,
Gylgamesh does have the TR big key. There is a bomb jump setup that you can do to get that big chest. It's not in logic, obviously, but
yeah, they're
doable.
So that is something to be able to do at some point. Well, I know you can easily you can get to that with. No, you cannot. Okay, yeah, that bomb jump setup is what you would need. I had to think about it for a second about how you had to go around. But
you kind of it's kind of a weird rail clip that you use. You kind of like line up to the right of the railing, and it's kind of similar to the one in Spectacle Rock Cave, the bomb jump south.
Coming from the hint side, right?
Yeah, it's relatively similar. It's just a particular lineup. And another big key. Holy cow! What is going on with all these big keys?
Honestly, we got 2 really nice ones: the Eastern Palace and the GT one. But like TR, Meyer, Ice Palace, those are ones that you don't really need the big key very much. You're gonna be doing multiple dips into those places. Like getting something like the Thieves Town big key to be able to full clear to go in and actually go deeper would be nice. Like there's a lot of them that are just we're missing. I'd like to see something other than Skull Woods or Swamp where you don't even need the big key to beat it, right?
I mean, the TR one is nice if the entrance to Laser Bridge is well hidden or like not available. Because, sometimes
That
these
is true.
connectors can just, like, lead to dead ends. So you can't, like, it'd be like Desert Right. If Laser Bridge is at Desert Right,
Yeah.
then the only way you can get to Laser Bridge is from the thing that requires the big key. But I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Like, you'd rather be looking. We need more dungeon info. I think we saw on Alex's side a map check really early on when he was in the Meyer area and saw that Thieves Town was a crystal.
Yeah,
But
we really don't have much at all. Yeah, it's
Desert is the green pendant. We did get that from Saha.
one second.
Oh, nice use of the cape. Voids damage, gets a heart piece. Oh man, I would have liked to seen Gylgamesh bomb jump there to check the left. Oh no, he already saw the laser eyes. Never mind. Why would he do that? They were right next to each other.
Yeah, I was sorry. My daughter called me. But yeah, that I was going to say that when I came back. Yeah, they already know that, so they got them side by side. So really, and well, we have that big key is another thing too. So yeah, we could have gone a lot deeper, but we have. I think Gilgamesh did go to Chain Chomp Room, didn't they?
Yeah, did all the way to Crystal Roller and then up to Chain Jump.
Yeah. So getting a lot of annoying checks out of the way, and
could do Lava Chest just because only weapon is bombs, and that's not a fun fight against a Pokey. Ooh,
I would
hold
never
on.
do that.
Is that the bottom of Paradox leading to the bow? On Floating Island, so that's a really nice find for Alex.
That actually would, if I went into TR at this point as Alex, I would be more willing to do the Pokey fight with the bow, because the bomb strikes on Pokey is just terrible. I don't do it ever.
I would never do it either. Wait, I feel like yeah. Alex early on in the seed did check that other part of Paradox Cave and found that floating island. So just getting Mir decided to go back and recheck that and gets a bow out of it. So nice quick turnaround despite the later Moon Pearl Mir versus Gilgamesh.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now it's playing better into Alex's hands, just being able to do that like they did and having that knowledge. But I have a feeling it's going to turn around pretty quick. We're getting a lot of just different checks from these runners.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is now we can go take that connector, the old lady connector that gets you up to Dark Death Mountain, and then Mirror and Hookshot across.
Yeah. Mimic Cave is at Hera.
Okay. Mark that. Got nothing sitting on the island. Nothing at Graveyard Ledge for Gilgamesh. Having a little bit of a time with these Ropas. This might be a trip over to the Skull Woods area then. Maybe put that big key to good use.
Getting to Skull Woods at some point when you have this kind of loadout is not a bad idea. It's a lot of easy checks that just require good routing. Because you know where it's all at. You know that it's going to interlink in some way, shape, or form. I would kind of like it better if I had a fire rod. Only because
it'd be nice
it lets
to
me check that back one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's another entrance that you kind of like to come out of randomly early because you're just like, okay, don't have to worry about that fire rod.
It's like that Pyramid Fairy.
Right.
Either Maya or TR entrance is nice to pop out of, unless you're like trying to find a dark world. Like if it's connected to Paradox Cave and you're like you enter from the dark world, like okay, I need one of these to lead to the light world so I can go back in and get these items, and then it spits you out at like Maya or something. Yeah. You're like, that's annoying, but also still kind of good. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I just wish it would have happened slightly differently.
This is good, but not great.
It's like, listen, I like the watch, but it's not a Rolex.
Old man rescue leads to a pod small. And that is a connector, an entrance or whatever we have not seen yet, so... Alex will be able to save and quit and pop out there and see what kind of... see where that puts him.
Yeah, the save and quit spot, when you find the old man, you're able to turn the old man in. I like having that almost as a resort to go to, rather than finding that entrance on my own. Yeah, so that way I can get more information.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling it's going to be like, I don't know, Village of Outcasts maybe? The funniest is when it just ends up being on the mountain. You walk in, you like see the old man, you're like, come on. Yeah. This is annoying.
What if, again, I'm I'm not mad, I'm just
I'm
disappointed.
not mad, I'm just disappointed. This could have been so much better.
Oh, man. So the Skullwoods check over on Gilgamesh's end. Very good checks to make.
Yeah, I mean, the only downside... we did already see the Skullwoods boss, so we have basically every aspect of Skullwoods available. Would probably like to... Well, I guess just hoping that it's not a situation where you're forced to drop down to get to the front of Skullwoods. These Gibdos are giving Gilgamesh a heck of a time.
Yeah, and the hand's coming down at the wrong time, too, just being a pain.
Because, like, in this situation, if you drop down the hole and you don't have... Like, you don't want to spend that pinball key. Because you don't want... Pinball room key, because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where your Skullwoods small key Gomo. Been there before, not by choice, but by accident in a... Oh yeah, it was me versus JP in our key sanity race for the main tournament. And then my second to last boss bailed me out with the Skullwood small. I remember that.
Okay. That's one thing I love about this randomizer is that's the kind of thing that happens. We've both been playing this game for a very long time, you way more than me, and we still have moments in CrossKeys where we're like, what are we blocked by?
What's happening?
So, Desert Palace, big key for Alex. Yeah, that's nice. So that's at the dam pool spot, which I think both runners have found. Oh, getting Angry Bros connector. So this might be useful. Where is this going to lead us to? East Death Mountain. That's
not bad.
Not
we
bad.
haven't seen that section. That was at the Desert Ferry, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Gylgamesh had a little bit of trouble with this here bomb jump. Kind of hard to set up sometimes when you don't have a sword. A lot of times you'll use the sword to kind of get as close to the hole as possible.
Yeah, or even boots or something like that to help extend your bomb jump.
Yeah. At this point, what Gylgamesh could do is just hookshot up and just go the vanilla route.
I've gotten really used to
pull the lever.
Yeah, I've gotten really used to doing like the bufferless 1 pixel movements on my controller, just kind of like flicking the up or whatever button for the icebreaker and things like bomb jumping without a sword.
Okay, so instead of trying another drop down, there's our last Myers Small. Gylgamesh just opted to open up the door and just gonna hope that either Skullwoods is a pendant or that another Skull Small shows up somewhere.
They can still... They don't have to do this bomb jump. They have hook shot. They can go over the holes and make it up to the far way around. It's just this is the faster way.
It might just be like, I want to do this. I must commit. Or it's like it could potentially be one of those things that if you've never done it before, the hook shot across thing, like it might not be on his mind that he can do it, but
yeah, I think the reason why they didn't do it there is because they were low on bombs. They needed bombs. So if they failed 2 more times, they might have been locked out. They didn't want that. So yeah.
Finding Hookshot Cave here, I believe at the Spiral Cave drop down. So I think that was the only thing of real value here up on East Death Mountain.
So Hookshot Cave is really nice when you have the hookshot and a useless connector. So
well, yeah, there's that desert, right?
You love to see it whenever you find Hookshot Cave and you don't even have boots to bounce. Like it's
love
literally...
to see it or hate to see it. Well, we'll see it pretty soon on Gilgamesh's side because they're heading up to East Death Mountain now.
There's a hint of sarcasm.
Right, I know.
Oh, I know you know. I know you know.
Gonna
get the Spiral Cave. Yeah,
I hate finding Spiral Cave in this mode.
Unless
it's literally the last thing I have left to check in an area, I just like groan every time I see it.
Yeah. I like to find the bottom of Spiral Cave before the top. so that way I know where I'm going to drop out if I find Spiral Cave. So
True. I feel like if I find the
more
bottom,
info.
I'm less likely to actually do it in a certain
It's not,
situation.
yeah. It's not about it being like less likely to do it. It's about like I now know where I'm coming out at. I know what's going to happen if I do
Right.
it. So if it's beneficial and you're like, oh well, I know this takes me back to where I need to go. You know, it can bounce either way, just depending on what the connector is.
For sure. Well, Gilgamesh now about to get a ton of big keys. Actually,
Yeah,
I think there was
a big part.
2 big keys here in this dungeon. I think the other one was the Ice Palace in the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah.
While Alex is showing us some Dark World. Got to be a little careful down to 1 heart. Still on green mail. Very susceptible to death. There's our big bomb salesman. He's going to tell us Pod and Meyer are our big bomb dungeons.
Well, that really lets us pretty much check off that entrance. I doubt that that's going to be required. And if it is, wow, this is going to be annoying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh bailing out on the rest of Eastern, so going to miss out on that Ice Palace big for a bit, but we haven't found Ice Palace yet, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much.
And even then, Ice Palace big is literally 1 check. So
where was that Eastern big that Alex found? Because like, I mean, Alex could go.
I didn't even realize that
beat Eastern.
Gilgamesh didn't have it. I didn't even realize that. I just assumed that they had it because it was so early for Alex.
I remember it was on this Dark World Death Mountain path area, maybe.
That would make some sense because they were there way earlier than Gilgamesh. So, and I don't know if Gilgamesh has actually gone to that area. They've done a little bit of the Dark Death Mountain stuff, or rather the Death Mountain stuff. So they're doing more now. So they might find it in a moment. If this is a
container, oh, there's a Ganon's Tower here in the Dark Ice Rod Cave area. Ew. Can't do too much here.
Ew. I hate it. I hate it whenever
I don't know.
stuff
It
is
shows up
there.
here all the time, I feel like.
It really does feel that way.
Or at least it's just, I don't know, there's always like one inconvenient dungeon that's way over here, and you're like, I don't want to come back.
Oh man, you know what I just realized too? We can go up Ganon's Tower right now and
Not without a fire source.
you can. Isn't there 1 check before that? No. Or is that? Oh right, okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a huge find for Gilgamesh. Glove in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, blocked by a hookshot.
The runners are finding some good stuff. Mini Molten Cave. Let's see what we have over here.
We're still missing like sword. I like to be a little bit more on the defensive end. 7 hearts is kind of nice. I would like to maybe have found 8 hearts. That's like my buffer zone, I think, for safety's sake.
8 hearts is pretty comfy. You never know when a Ganon's going to show up and hug you, so... Once you get to 9 hearts, then you're perfectly safe from any involuntary Ganon hugs.
Right, we're kind of getting a little bit of the pickup from Gilgamesh from where Alex has been. Alex is giving us a few checks we have not seen.
Yeah, now with that glove, we have access to even more like random one-offs. So if Gilgamesh does take the Spiral Cave, which was back over on East Death Mountain, pops out of the Bonk Rocks next to the bomb shop in the Dark World, could potentially see a path over to, well, I don't know, over to the Ice Rock Cave area, where you can check with the 2 glove spots, but I don't know. Yeah, you could always go down to Cave 45. You can go check Stumpy and do all that stuff.
In Alex's case, they did both shopping malls and they don't have a glove, so they literally have those 2 spots that are now just all the way over there.
Yeah, it's a real pain in the butt.
It helps that it's 2 checks rather than just 1 or what have you because of mirror and things like that, but yeah. Ugh.
That hook shot. Oh yeah, the hook shot was in Blind's Hut on the castle top behind the mirror. So, um, you know, based on this pathing, I feel like Alex might be heading in that direction soon. We'll be able to pick up some of those items.
Yeah, Alex is in. Really, both of these runners are not in a bad spot by any means. It's just a matter of what they, which is obviously most of CrossKeys, what they decide to do at this point can really blow up the routing. And we've seen the permutations that we can have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of.
Oh, no.
Oh, is he trying to do...
He's trying to save the old man,
Tourney?
I think, but he fell down the hole.
Yeah. There's actually a foolproof, no like way to see where you're at method to get through Old Man Cave. It's literally just holding the right inputs and not even just knowing the map. I did it in one of my my races. I actually got through with nothing. It's literally the first entrance I found, and I saved the old man with nothing.
It's definitely a thing that after you've done it enough times, the muscle memory kicks in. Because I've definitely found it as a bunny, and like with a bunny you can't see damn things, so you have no indications, and it's just like all muscle memory.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to get that too, because it's like, man, that's like magician stuff.
Hovering, whatever. Dark mountain rescue, now that's the good stuff.
Still having some trouble with this, which getting out now.
Makes it out or bails. Makes it out. Okay, that's good. We still haven't actually seen that save and quit spot, so that's still good. Still important information. See later.
Yeah.
Once more. And
once I finish Death Mountain,
Alex gonna get his goodies from Blind's Hut. And TR.
Yeah, I love finding out that spot as soon as I'm done with Death Mountain. I usually save and quit and go check it.
Yeah, I'm assuming Gylgamesh is going to check these dark Death Mountain entrances on the left side. I don't think we've seen that yet. Or might even go up and check Hera next.
We've seen Hera, though.
Yeah. Gylgamesh hasn't, but...
No, correct. So going to go check Hera first. This is fine routing, because you just drop right down and go check the other two. Go back in the portal. I don't know which is actually faster. Either way, you're doing multiple transitions.
Here, a big key for Alex. Fire shield. Small key to pod. Okay, so they're both tied up in pod keys and gets that hook shot. I wonder if Alex is going to make their way for Hookshot Cave again sometime soon. Would be easy to get to, ish. Especially if that mountain save and quit point takes you to Village of Outcasts, because then you could just take the Dancy Lady connector back over to East Death Mountain Mirror, and then boom.
Yeah.
You're there, but it's so hard to think about that, because it's like, I'm still looking for stuff, so I might as well check new entrances first.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about it. It's like, man, that's 4 checks, but I really like to find this other stuff. Like, there's a lot of other stuff. Prioritizing what you're looking for, and the best way to do it is always those really hard decisions in the middle of it.
It's definitely a skill that you have to learn for racing this game.
And it doesn't come easy. It's not something that I like. Practicing doesn't even get you ready for that. Like, it's just something. I don't even think I have that good of stuff. That's why I have a terrible record. But like,
and sometimes you're just wrong.
Yeah, so it just happens sometimes. Even the greats
which is why I'm 2-2, I think.
That's it. People have gotten better. This community has gotten huge, and the people that come in and just blow away numbers.
Yeah,
are impressive.
I have a feeling if like we ever hosted another like open Swiss tourney with as many entrants as possible, I could see us hitting that 512 again. Maybe. I think the main tournament for qualifiers usually gets at least like 300 plus entrants.
Yeah,
still.
I can.
This tourney had like
see them
180-ish. Casual Boots had something like that as well. So
That's something that's impressive, though. A lot of people just shy away from cross keys in general. They like some of the more complicated stuff, but cross keys, for some reason, just people tend to not really focus on too much. Having as many people that join this one is crazy. I'm glad that this mode is becoming more popular with the larger community that's happening.
I definitely like. I'd rather play a cross keys than do a casual boots, like any day.
This has been my favorite mode for a while.
Just standard modes can, especially for someone like me who's been playing this randomizer and racing this randomizer for like 5 years now. Like, I need that flavor text to keep me motivated.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, we got some boobies.
How about some flavor shoes? I like it. And a mirror spot, too. Gylgamesh was in the mirror so long and checked some of the worst mirror spots and didn't come down here to do it. So they could have had that way earlier.
I don't think Gylgamesh has been to this part of the Dark World yet. It's only been to the north. There's a ice palace here at the village of Outcat. That's the archery shop. So what other dungeons are we still looking for at this point? Thieves?
Thieves Town, definitely. Mire.
And
no,
we've seen
have
Mire.
we seen Mire?
We haven't seen
I
Castle
missed where
Tower.
Mire was.
So I think it's just those three.
Because we've seen Back of Desert, we've seen Eastern.
Oh, wow. The mitts for Gylgamesh. Gylgamesh is... So, Alex went right from that Dark World Bonk Rocks.
Okay.
And Gylgamesh went left. Gylgamesh found boots and mitts, which would have been Alex's first pair of gloves.
I was thinking we haven't found Harry yet, so...
Yeah, I said Harry.
You did say... Oh, forgive me. Sorry.
You're good. And that was at the left side maze race, so there's another pod small. Gylgamesh kind of on a really good route right now. Just finding a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
Fire rod.
Whoa. And we can do bomb strats here and get further up Hera. So, yeah.
I mean, this is just kind of one of those situations where one player goes left, one player goes right. And one of them finds all the good stuff, and the other one finds just, nothing. It happens. That's CrossKeys for you.
This trick, the bomb to do the Hera pot, I don't think I'll ever learn it.
It's another one of those that once you have a consistent setup, it just always works. Unless you do something like pick up the Moldarm item that it drops. It's kind of like how Splash Delete is stupid, that sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
Because some arbitrary thing set your values all askew.
Because this game-breaking thing we found doesn't have something set up right.
But for Herapod, it's like, as long as you don't pick up the Moldarm item, you're fine usually. Like your bomb setups are gonna work usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no weapon can't kill Moldarm, so I'm gonna just grab what Gylgamesh can and go. And it'd be funny if this ended up being like a sword right here.
Yeah,
you go right back in.
It would be very nice to get a sword right here. Being stingy, having a longer dig game. Oh, the screen lagged, and I was like, "What the heck? Did he just dig up?" And it was like so lagged that it just appeared on screen. I'm like,
gotcha. Well, we are gonna get our first boss kill here on Alex's side. We don't think this is a pendant or a crystal, but we also do know this isn't in logic because no fire source. But who cares? Dead boss.
Is the back of...
No.
Well, I was gonna say, is it in logic with Fire Rod? It's not?
No.
Okay, you said fire source, and I'm like, wait, what? When did they change it again?
Sorry, I should have just said lamp, because... Yeah, Enter Shuffle doesn't use the crappy advanced logic.
Yeah, I'm
thankfully
not a fan of the advanced logic.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do something with it for V32, hopefully. I'm not a big fan of it just because I don't know. I don't think it really added anything to the game, and it just kind of confused more people, at least more new
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those quirks that was like, oh, well, you can get here with the mirror instead of X, Y, and Z. It was like, oh, great, now this is completely different.
Alright, we got a glove here for Alex, finally. Probably still happy to see that. Would have probably liked that before going to, like, the Ice Rock Cave area. I mean, I guess to a degree, adding fire rod logic from lamp spots is kind of similar to the lamp flute logic when going up Death Mountain.
Sort of. I can see that.
Where sometimes you could, like, find the lamp in the back of pod.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, but meh.
But it's like item locking item again, you know? It's just adding to where the lamp can now be on an Eastern Palace boss. It's not a bad thing that they try new stuff. I don't mind that they try to implement new stuff, and you know, they're gamers as well. They play the game, so they definitely gamers. Who are those? That's a naughty word. Don't say gamers.
All right, what do we got here? Agnes Cave. And
dwarf around the world.
We're heading to the Mire area. Looks like on Alex's side. So I believe this left exit kicked us back out here. Might be wanting to follow the mirror checks that they didn't get to do the first time they were over there. I don't remember exactly what we found over here, other than a couple small keys.
I assume Gylgamesh knows where the dwarf is, because they need to get over to Lost Woods.
Lost Woods, yeah. Cool.
I don't imagine you'd ever pick up the dwarf without knowing where to go.
No.
Yeah, that can really like stunt you on.
I've definitely been in a situation because in CrossKeys and Entrance Shuffle, the dwarf is a little bit more like it doesn't have the exact same limitations as it does in non-entrance. Like you can take it inside entrances, obviously. You can take it inside dungeons. The only thing is it'll despawn if you beat a boss. It's like the main thing. So I've definitely been in situations where I grabbed the smith and then found the smith spot while I was still investigating the overworld. It worked out because it can only be in the light world. So as long as you have, you know where to go in the light world, or you have left to check. No biggie.
Okay, I think we have all the information for Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, I think we've seen all three sides to it.
So it does look like Gylgamesh is making their way over to that spot. They definitely know where they're headed. Also, to note, we know it's 20 rupees up there, but getting up to that spot is always nice because knowing what's in that very annoying couple areas of mirroring and finding that spot, having something like Swamp Palace, which I know we've already found there, just is absolute trash. Finding your way back to that spot.
Oh, for sure. So normally in the Dark World, you never go through this part of Skull Woods because it's a dead end. It doesn't lead anywhere. But since we're going here to turn in the Smith, this is perfect. This was a new check over on Alex's side. We'd not seen what was at Checkerboard Cave, but it looks like it was one of the dark connectors. And I don't think it was the rescue one, the mountain rescue, because it looked like you can tell right away if it's that one because he'll drop down. But fortunately, if that happens and you're like, no, I'm not done investigating the other area. If you go up to the northwest in that cave, you'll eventually find a hole you can fall down into and it'll bring you back. Yeah, Gylgamesh, you're not getting into Skullwoods over here. I think it does loop all the way around to Village of Outcasts, though.
I think so, too. Yeah,
which is really neat. I've never, when do you ever see this route?
Hardly ever. It's very fun to see. I love seeing unique routes. That was a key to Thieves Town. So that's nice. Once we find the hammer, we can take care of that.
And we need to find thieves.
Yes, we do. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe Thieves Town is for once not required.
Well, it is a crystal, so it might be a little.
Oh, it is a crystal. I didn't even see that on the tracker. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm guessing it's information that Alex has, but Gylgamesh doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think Gilgamesh has done a map check in the Dark World yet, so I haven't marked it for him. Hey, can we get a shout out to our tracker today? Willard J. Bradley. Let's go.
Shoutouts for the tracker, the restreamer, the commentary
Clap, clap,
creator.
clap, clap, clap. We got chickens in Skullwoods. Shut up, chat. Where's my kudos? Wow.
That
Cute.
is
Cute lamp, dude. All right.
fire source locked lamp.
Yeah,
dude.
you know. Is that advanced logic? We got another GT small here in the Rupee hallway.
I heard if you break the game, you possibly can get into that entrance with a mirror and some magic doohickeys. Oh, hi.
Hello, laser bridge. Okay.
Oh,
Hello,
hi.
Pain of Samaria. Alright.
That's
Hello, hammer.
What?
What? Holy
Okay,
moly.
is the second bow gonna be here?
Hello, sword.
Sword.
What else we got?
I love it.
It's Sankar.
It's
Alright.
Sankar.
Perfect. Wow, what a turnaround. Like, especially with
That's a
Boots
hype
literally
cave.
just being at K45. Like, one screen over. Like, man, okay. Well, what what do we do now?
Process it. Process it.
I know, Gilgamesh is like, well, what do I do? You got the hammer.
Yeah,
What do you do with the hammer? Now, he
What
does now have
this
normal
do?
Dark World access, which is nice.
Oh man, they have every form of Dark World access you can have, because mitts and hammer.
Mhm. Wow, looks
But,
like
you know,
Alex was
looking
trying
at
to hammer
Gilgamesh's
jump
side.
here, but wasn't it? Ran out of health, so gonna have to bail on Dark Cross for now. Or Dark Maze.
I hate it for Gilgamesh because like all these keys that Alex has found, I don't know if I'd want to be in the all items no keys situation. I don't like that as much. I like to have my keys.
Yeah, same. So, Alex needs to head to at this point needs to head to K45, get the boots, and then the mitts were sitting on the maze race, which was locked by the mirror.
Yep. There was a good entrance over there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, Tower of Hera was over there. So
Yeah, so Hera's over there too. Oh, Gilgamesh hasn't done the dam. That's right.
yeah, this connector is gonna take Gilgamesh up to Floating Island, where they will get their bow, and then we'll check the dam as well. And I don't know if we saw Hookshot Cave entrance. Oh, Gilgamesh has just never done Paradox Cave, I guess. I don't think it was very advantageous. TR small. Hera small. Ew. Dang, just a blue rupee for your troubles from Sick Kid.
Yeah, so not much going on there, so that bottle's not going to be too much harm to Gilgamesh.
We're gonna see the back exit of this save and quit point.
Which technically is in logic for Gilgamesh, but...
There's the Eastern Big and the bottle.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's... Okay. Because that's exactly where they went first. I was like, they had the Eastern Big, like, right away. Oh!
This could be good for Alex. Is this gonna be Thieves Town? Nope. Useless,
oh no, the useless side of ice.
Was it Paradox Cave that kicked you out of Floating Island? Or was it something else?
I think it was something else. I don't think it was Paradox Cave. It might have been. It might have been the block push exit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because Alex did do that very early. They did the mirror block push to...
Yeah, that's how they got up there,
and
up to Dark Death Mountain in the first place. Like, really early in the seed.
Mm-hmm. Opting out of the heart, feeling safe at the 8.
Oh, yeah. Alex does have Eastern complete, sorry.
Paradox bottom led to bow. Okay.
Alright, so... Right now, I feel like... we need... dungeon info. We need a lot of dungeon info.
We might find Thieves Town over here.
Oh, and
Because
wasn't two rock spots?
Yeah, those are two spots that we have not seen because Alex didn't have the glove and they were over here.
True. I mean, we don't have too many entrances left to check at this point, aside from, like, Pyramid Fairy. So this could be big. Oh, yep, there it is.
So,
oh yes, the best song in this entire pack. Let's go.
What pack is he using?
Trials of Mana. Or
oh yeah, Trials.
Second Tetsu 3.
Yeah.
Which, if you've played any of the series, Secret of Mana, the previous game in the series, is one of my favorite games of all time.
It is my favorite game of all time.
I love it.
Not even a question. It is my favorite game of all time. So, like, the updated soundtrack in Trials is actually really good. It's a lot of what was good about the soundtrack of Secret of Mana and just, I don't know, amped up, I'd say.
Well, the Secret of Mana remake had a very interesting soundtrack.
No, not the Secret of Mana remake. I'm talking about the fact when they went into Trials, they basically used similar music style but amped it up.
Okay.
Like, if you listen to Trials and just think about Secret of Mana, you'll hear the songs. You will hear similar songs.
Yeah, the percussion in a lot of these songs are just so in your face, and it gives me life. I love it.
I love it. That is one of the reasons Secret of Mana is like my favorite game.
Yeah, and my brother and I played it a ton when we were kids, but we sucked at it, so we never got very far. Wow. Okay, Gylgamesh can do pretty much everything except climb in this situation, which, with only 2 GT smalls... only 2 GT smalls. I don't know if you want to, anyway.
I really wouldn't want that. Because just thinking about it, like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and full clear all this and just not worry about the climb, because right now, you might just have to do that to hit Ganon. Ganon is at Thieves. Sorry.
And the thing is, like, with Thieves Town being here, you'll have a reason to come back here anyway to go beat that dungeon. So I would definitely feel less obligated to just climb in this situation. Obviously, Gylgamesh can't without a Mimic Clip because of no bow. There could be a bow in here, though.
Yeah, another bow-lock bow situation.
Yeah. I'd be happy right now if I was Gylgamesh, just because I have Cane of Burna to deal with Ice Armos.
Right.
Night and day. And has a green potion if need be. Alright, we're in Skullwoods for Alex. Did we find anything? I feel like we just found some keys in here, mostly.
Yeah, there was nothing of major note in Skullwoods. But yeah, the fire rod wasn't over here, and that's unfortunate for Alex. They don't have the fire rod, so they're not going to get to check the Skullwoods entrance.
Man, gonna miss out on that lamp, which is, obviously not ideal, but not the end of the world. Well, there's the Thieves Town big, so that just throws my idea out the door, because now Gylgamesh can just beat thieves and then... I don't know. I would almost like climb in that case. Just like if of course Gylgamesh finds a bow over here, I would just go ahead and climb, just so then you're done with this area forever.
Another reason why I would probably be more inclined to climb isn't Ganon 2 drop down? Isn't Ganon drop down the well?
The well was at Lumberjack, so that's behind Castle Tower.
Okay, so.
So I think it's going to be Lumberjack, I think, is at the Ganon. What small key was that? That I just saw on Gilgamesh's side? I missed it.
I missed it as well.
Let's see here.
I need
like another
to
pod small.
Restart the stream because it is massively offset. Alright, there we are. Cool. Sounds are happening when things are happening.
Oh. Did you get it sorted?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I just had to refresh the restream because Discord likes to do some weird stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so nothing really much of value in Skullwoods, as we saw previously from Gilgamesh, but we are getting a full GT clear, which, Alex has been in GT twice now. And, well, no, only once, and they checked the free chest, and that's it, so. Another big key, the swamp.
Palace. That's the thing is, we still need all of our dungeon info, because we don't know what we need. We definitely need another sword. That's true.
I don't know if you saw, but that key that was a pod key.
Hey, look, another sword. Hey, look, half magic.
Hey, okay. That makes Ice Armos way better.
I mean, not only did you get the sword for potential sword beams if you had full health, but also half magic plus Burna is just a easy Ice Armos fight.
Yeah, that's very nice. So Rando Room paying off, and this that's a lot of interesting payoffs there, because there was also Laser Bridge just loaded.
Yeah, that Laser Bridge was nuts. And I feel like Alex is going to get there eventually if they continue on this route of West Dark World in the counterclockwise.
How would you feel if you were Alex at 110 in a race, getting there, or 115 even, depending on how long it takes them?
I mean, I'd feel bad.
Laser Bridge.
I'd feel bad just in general. But, I would also do the bargaining portion where I'm like, well, but what if maybe they also didn't find the thing?
Yeah, I've done that too, where you're just like, I don't know, man. That was in a weird spot. I don't think they did that.
I don't know. I might be dead in the water, but who knows? I do that way too much when I'm racing. The best is when I'm spending X amount of time complaining about how I'm probably so far behind. There's no chance I win, and then I done. I asked Chad what happened, and they're like, "Yeah, you had a huge lead." I was like, "Oh, well, don't I feel stupid?"
Yeah, I think the frequenters of the Twitch.tv Willow J. Bradley here are familiar with your inner turmoil in racing.
Usually I'm spot on, but not always. Alright, anything else here in the basement? Blue mail.
I'll take it.
So
it's not great, but
Here's one thing is that could bail Alex out later on. Thieves Town Big Chest.
Yeah?
Could be something.
Yeah, the not having the small key, that's another one of those ones you just don't like leaving behind.
You know what? I just realized, because I have both the runners' streams up, and I'm watching that just to I'm watching that as my viewing, but also to double check tracking and stuff. I didn't realize Dunka's tracker also tracks when you pick up a map for a dungeon. That's super helpful.
That's cool.
Because I see maps located for Hera, Ice, and Mire for Gylgamesh. I'm like, okay, well, if he checks the Dark World map, he'll get some info. He just got that Hera map, I did see that.
That is a very nice feature.
So, alright.
I think that's the first time we saw this done prize.
Maybe?
Bombs. Yeah, that's nice. I like bomb stun prizes.
That's a good one. Looks like we are going to see our first catfish. That could be another bailout. Because,
Have we seen Zora? Have we seen Zora's area at all?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the...
I think we've only just seen what's on Lake Hylia Island, and that's about it. And I don't even remember what it was.
I think from earlier it was just some
junk.
Yeah, because one, they're not going back to it, and two, it's definitely not anything important.
Well, we could see that once Gilgamesh is done here.
Yeah, there's a lot that can happen with this.
Well, we're gonna see it on Alex's side here shortly.
Right. I mean, in Alex's case, what are you really wanting to be there? I guess the second bow would be something that would help, because that means two bows are in really awkward spots for Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
Because Because if it's a sword, it doesn't really matter. We already have what the minimum is.
I'm sure Alex would be happy to see a sword, though. I know I would be.
Oh, no, I'm not saying a sword would be
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying that
In regards to bailout. Right.
Yeah, to really affect what's happening with Gylgamesh being in such an item position that they are.
Maybe like a pod big or something? Because it looks like
that
with pod being required.
More keys. So
I'm kind of surprised that Alex skipped that map. Just because without still not having full dungeon info.
Yeah.
Also did see on Gylgamesh's side a small key to Skull Woods in the blind cell bails out Gylgamesh from that bad key usage in Skull.
Yeah.
$20 on both sides.
Yeah, and as a map, I think, on the ledge,
looked
the
like another
Zora
map.
ledge. Which, honestly, I would have picked that up, I think. Because we're still missing a little bit of information, and that could just be a critical map to know what we need.
I might have skipped that one, but at least got the catfish one.
Right.
Okay, ice is a
crystal. Oh, if it's right next to me, I would pick it up. So mirroring there, I would not do that. But
yeah, unfortunately, Alex still needs to go to the left to go to K45. But
yeah, and we have the opportunity to go right here into the check, and definitely not doing that. So 100% confirmed trash item on the Hyrule Island.
So
Hyrule Island.
Aside from Castle Tower, I think we found all of our dungeons and their different connectors. This is the front of TR.
Yeah,
Gylgamesh will be able to check both of this, and then once done here, can probably check Meyer and potentially beat it. Can beat it. Just no.
So unfortunate for Alex that they have found Thieves Town now, but well before they found the hammer. So
yeah,
that's
so we're not going to find out if that big chest is useful or not.
Right. Well, they can't even they can't kill blind, actually. No, they have the blue.
Burnout.
They have the blue cane. I did not see burnout on there, so they can do that.
Oh, there's a map to Skull. That's more info. Yeah, I mean, we need dungeon info before we can really. I just remembered that Gylgamesh can go back to Kakariko and get an Ice Rod. So Trinex is actually beatable right now.
Yeah. So with the Ice Rod being on the bookshelf, that is a full clearable TR.
So Gylgamesh really just needs to find that bow at the other side of Paradox Cave.
Right. Or the second bow for that. So.
Or the second bow, yeah. At least until we get more dungeon info. We might see a map check here, because he does have the Hera map. Do it! Do it!
Do it!
Do it!
You know you want to. Do it. Meyer.
He has not done it. Yo, we got a high five going on right here. Unfortunately, Alex doesn't have Samaria. Boy, Alex is just getting...
Wrong place, wrong time.
And this is CrossKeys in a nutshell.
It literally is the
quintessential.
It's just see exactly what's happening.
I mean, most players would not predict that something like Laser Bridge would have 3 really good items like that.
That was like old school version?
Old school 10? Hype cave.
Yeah, old school hype cave.
Version it's like V8 version 3. I don't know.
Yeah, like for like the first 10 versions that was just it got its name for a reason.
Yeah, it got its namesake.
But of course now it's just always trash. Now you don't get anything there.
Yeah, no, it's just
people always are curious, so
we definitely need a pod big that we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
That's it. Or Swamp Small. True.
As far as the abilities of these runners, yeah. So like something like an Ice Palace Small isn't going to be required or anything like that. So
yeah, and this seed could be a ding dong and be like, all right, get both Castle Tower keys, go beat Aga 1 and go to back of a Lumberjack, and I was just waiting for that small key that Gylgamesh got to shut me the hell up. But no, that's another
Right.
Skullwoods.
Right, yeah.
Question in chat, where did Alex find a bow? Oh god, there's one castle tower small. The bow was on top of Floating Island, which was one of the Paradox Cave connectors. Now, of course, there is still a potential second bow out there in the wild that we could find. It'd be funny if it was on Vidi, because that has happened enough times that it's noteworthy.
Yeah, while our loadout's not going to be the hardest Vidi fight, it's definitely not the funnest, or it's definitely not the easiest of options. Even though we have half magic and doing cape spins with...
Oh, it's with cape and half magic and master sword. It's free. It's free.
I guess you could even do dash strats with master sword too.
No, don't do dash strats with master sword. Just do your cape spins.
Definitely want to. You
Just do your spins.
Just do
no, you don't.
strats.
You don't want to
okay.
do dash strats. It's slow as heck with master sword. Get out of here.
I know.
Not even like if you didn't have half magic, you could do the slash strat, where if you mash the slash attack, it reduces how much magic you consume with the cape.
Right.
But even then, like with a green potion, spins are the way to go. Spin to win. Spin the wheel.
Oh, do we have shovel?
Where the heck did we get that?
The shovel? What?
The ice
I was waiting for that to be swamp. So an ice palace small. While not one that you're always looking for, it's useful. It is definitely useful in icebreaker strats. So that's actually one thing I do like about icebreaker. That icebreaker kind of made getting an ice palace small useful.
Mm-hmm. There's the boots for Alex.
At almost 120 on the clock. I don't remember
how long ago Gylgamesh got theirs.
A while. It's been a good minute, probably
long enough to like make a probably pretty significant difference in this race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely been sizable. Like I know they've had it for at least by the hour mark, if not longer.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Gylgamesh is certainly in the driver's seat of this race. Just happened to fall upon the right items in the right order. Starting with, like, the early, easily accessible Mirror and Moon Pearl. Kicking things off with, like, the hook shot right away. But, it's CrossKeys. Anything can happen. It could come down to a really cheeky, required Swamp Palace small key or something.
Yeah, it could come down to quite a bit of stuff. It's still not over for Alex by any means. Like, it can go pretty decently when it comes to just everything falling in line at the right time and then just barreling through dungeons.
Single Master Sword slashes for Vidi Phase 2. Probably not my ideal choice, but hey, as long as it works.
It's safer.
I'd be like smacking it with the hammer down in the corner.
Yeah.
But, a lot of times it's better to be safe and slower than to be fast and deader. So.
Right. Oh, so I don't think we've seen this.
We did see that.
That's a small key. Okay. We actually did see that on Gylgamesh's side. I didn't realize that he came back with a big key.
I thought he had the big key.
Now, we haven't
initially.
seen... I don't think we've seen this.
We haven't seen Hair Basement, no. Well, judging by their keys, they both have 3 TR small, so I'm assuming Gylgamesh got that one. That was a crystal at Tower of Hera, so that leaves just... Based on the information between the 2 players and what they've seen or collected, our last 2 pendants are either going to be Swamp Skull or TR. And that looked like a skull crystal. So, wouldn't that...
Does that answer all the questions?
I think that answers... Yeah, so that means that Swamp and TR are the last pendants. That we know. I don't think...
Right.
Looks like Alex is taking a coffee break.
Actual restroom break, yeah.
Actual break. I've done this before.
Yeah. And then you get back and you wonder how long you've been standing there.
I guess technically I can't mark that Gylgamesh knows all of his dungeon info. We know it though. We know that Desert, Swamp, and TR are our last pendants. Based on both players' info. Ooh, Swamp? Ganon. It looks like Gylgamesh is heading back to go finish off Tower of Hera, so I'm gonna get a wee high five. Oh, psych! Ice Palace first.
Yeah, I mean, you have no reason not to come in here. You have full clear ability, and it's definitely on the list of things just to get out of the way, too.
Well, he does have one reason to not go in here. I don't think the Ice Pal's big that he missed in Eastern.
That's true. Okay.
But
if
like
if you
I
didn't
know
want to isolate the Ice Palace big chest.
I've definitely been in a position where like I'll put it off a little bit longer and hope I don't need it. Here's the
wow.
small.
Wow, first chest.
Well, we are still looking for a pod big. I could see Gylgamesh doing Swamp Palace, you know, not knowing that it's a pendant.
Yeah,
that was back.
I mean,
over
it could
in the
be something that we need. So it could also have something that is very important. But
could be the bow, could be the pod big.
Yeah, for them a bow is they would probably feel good about finding a bow behind that, but we know a bow is readily available.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, especially in this position where you have so many clearable quite a few clearable dungeons. Wanting to check like a random connector like Paradox just is not a priority.
Yeah, you have a very nice loadout at this point. You're in more focused go. Mm-hmm. You know you don't 100% need a bow, but you might. So
you might.
You're just like,
he should know that he needs one because of the pod.
True.
Nice flute,
he should know because of pod, so he is looking for a bow at some point. Yeah, that is very true.
I think when Gylgamesh Gylgamesh didn't have the hammer when they were up on West Death Mountain, so, you know, we could see a trip back up there to go check East Death Mountain, potentially. But, no, he's got Ice Palace, he's got Hera, Skull Woods, might even go grab that Ice Rod and go back and beat Trinex.
We have, also another movement item in that flute being early on Gilgamesh's end. So that's another item of significant time saving and traveling like back to GT if we have to go there and things like that Alex is missing out on for an extended period of time.
Yeah, and I can't imagine Alex wants to dip Ice Palace without a hammer.
Exactly. I've made that play considering like, okay, Icebreaker gets me a couple of quick checks, and then I realize afterwards that it's like, man, I shouldn't have gone in there.
Oh, there's the bow. All right, well.
Wow. So bow is an iced tea room. That's a great place for it. So we have silvers available that Alex is probably going to get. I don't see Gilgamesh getting silvers.
So right now, it's really just pod big. For us that we know about. Gilgamesh still doesn't know. I mean, well, they know that they need pod big, but they don't know if they also need... Actually, no. They can beat any of the dungeons minus pod. Regardless, so yeah, just pod big. This could be a quick one. I just realized that Alex still doesn't have a damn sword. Gosh, that sucks.
Gilgamesh has been to swords faster, been to the boots way faster, been to the flute way faster.
And it's all just been luck, I feel like. It's all been just like flipping a coin. Oh, the Ice Rod is back in Kakariko at the library. That is boots locked. So, after Hera and after Skull, which Gilgamesh knows are crystals, I'd be curious to see what he decides to do next. Which dungeon he's gonna go check next. Oh, there's a castle tower. This could be... I mean, this could... If Podbig's in here, this could be a turnaround, because that was through Bumper Ledge.
Ooh. Yeah, so this could be big, and we have one key. So the second one is going to be based on using the fire rod or just knowing the route. Man, I don't know how I would feel about the pod big key being here. That's
Well, it'd certainly shake this race up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right now, Gylgamesh is kind of running away with this.
Yeah.
Small key to pod. Close. It was pod.
Yeah, we found 5 of them. Yeah, so good lord, Alex has 5. So
Yeah, it's a lot of pod smalls. Alright, so for Alex, they need to head back to the pyramid to mirror on top of the castle. To get their hammer, their Samaria.
Laser Bridge is like everything for them right now.
No, sorry. Laser Bridge was at Bonk Rocks next to Link's house.
Yeah.
That's where they need to go. They've been to the top of the castle. Oh, we are going to see a beaten land molus here on Alex's side. Remind me again, what was that? What was in here, basement? It was a small key, right?
The Ganon's Tower, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting going for the bomb setup when you have boots. The boots method is just way easier for me.
I feel like the spin speed setup can be a little inconsistent, which is why I usually use a lot of pause buffers to set it up. But I mean, it's just one of those things that if you haven't tried to learn it, then it might just be easier to do the bomb setup. Though it looks like Gylgamesh needs to practice that bomb setup too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, Gylgamesh. A little setup. Right, that's a dead Moldworm. Crystal number 4.
₹5 on that side. We'll see on what's on Lamos here in just a second.
Yeah, having to use that green potion just to speed this up.
That's right. They're not even.
They don't have. That's the best option they have.
Oh,
no half magic, hammer, no swords.
Hammer. God.
I feel like with this, he'd probably just
That's painful.
take that to Saha, which was back at the castle.
That's the right direction. Well, no, it's not. No, you said castle earlier. Now,
yeah, I did. I got that mixed up. He needs to go to the Bonk Rocks next to Link's house.
Silly, yeah.
You're like, yeah, Willard would never say something wrong or stupid. But behold, I have.
Oh, we have this info.
Yeah, why is he checking this?
Actually checking something. But I don't know if he actually came out at that spot. I think Alex did, definitely.
I think they both did.
How silly do you feel whenever you come in here and you're like...
Because that's how they ended
Super
both
Bunny.
of their Kakariko routes, is they both did Super Bunny and then saved and quit out of here.
Right. I bet you Gylgamesh was like...
He's like, oh yeah.
Whoops.
Nothing off a green pennant turn in, unfortunately, for Alex, so...
This is something that Alex has not seen. Okay, just a fairy.
So, hopefully...
Okay, so the old man save and quit is Dark World.
Yeah, Hype Cave. Yeah, I know, especially with late boots, it's really easy to forget about the Bonk Rocks next to Link's house. I can also see on Alex's stream, they have a map tracker up, so I can see the green square right there.
Yeah.
But,
it's easy.
They haven't done most of their
forget that
bonk
spot.
checks, so...
It's very easy to forget that spot and the one in the Dark World. They're just both really awkward with late boots.
Oh no. Alex is going straight for the climb, it looks like? I mean, this could be big.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, has 4 GT smalls,
Oh, okay.
fire source, and
checking.
and a bow. So I mean, it's in logic.
That would be a heck of a place for the pod.
Oh, he's gonna check left side Meyer first because he didn't have a fire source when he was in here the first time.
Fair check. Still another obnoxious one that takes time, cutscene chests and all that stuff, but it's at least a little bit faster than going up Ganon Climb.
Oh man, it still doesn't have a sword. Gosh.
No, it's rough. We've only found 2 of the 4, so.
I mean, the thing is, yes, we're still looking for another big key. It could be somewhere stupid, but Gylgamesh just has so much more of the game finished at this point.
Definitely does.
That even after, like, even if Alex was to find it first, like, he has so much to catch up on.
Yeah, and a pod big key is not going to do much to help the direction that you need to go. I definitely understand what Gylgamesh is doing, though. You kind of want to go through and just boss rush, pick up this ice rod, go do not Thieves' excuse me, but Turtle Rock, knock those out, and just hope you come across the pod being along the way, on a boss or something.
That's the thing is, the only reason we know that Swamp and TR are pendants is because Alex beat Eastern, which was a crystal. So Gylgamesh knows that either Eastern, Swamp, or TR, one of them is going to be a crystal. So, and it looks like gonna go for Swamp Palace here. Just kidding. Gonna check checkerboard first. Also, that's the other thing. I don't think Gylgamesh has been back to pod yet since the initial time.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So that was the old man drop down from earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like Gylgamesh does have TR label as a pendant on their tracker, so this might be a pod into Swamp play, potentially.
I can see doing that. Having that swamp small and big, you have a full clearable swamp, and in your mind, 50-50. So
it's a good chunk of items too, so
it is. But it's also another one of those annoying where do you check left side swamp for the one item you need, or that you believe you need, or if anything.
I feel like there's so many CrossKey seeds that kind of come down to, do I climb GT or do I do pendant swamp?
Right. Pendant left side swamp or climb GT. Which Alex is doing. We're getting a GT climb. Yeah. So this could be, Muldorm 2 chest, pod, big key, or even more annoying, behind the Ganon drop.
The thing is, it's so easy to look at this situation that Alex is in and be like, yeah, I can relate. I feel like I've definitely been in this position before. That's where the shovel was, okay. And just be like, I can, I can definitely see some real BS being at the top of GT. But, and there might still
Shovel was a pod small, right?
It was I don't remember if it was the pod small. No. The other pod small was at Castle Tower.
Castle Tower. Okay. I remember it being something like a small key, and I'm like, wait, did the shovel just block a pod small? Is that possible?
Shovel was ice pod small. Thank you. Not very useful for Gylgamesh at this point. And that's it for pod. Just getting a GT small. Now we're going to see more new info. We're not. Oh yeah, this was Sick Kid. Okay. Where the heck is that
Gylgamesh
pod
finally
small?
having a bow. We've already seen...
I mean, the funny thing is, even if GT or Pod Big is upstairs GT, it's not like it's gonna give Alex much stuff to do.
This is so rough for Alex right now. They're gonna have to. They don't have any arrows. They are doing bomb strats on Landmo too.
Yeah,
because they don't want to use their magic.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, and missing doesn't help either.
No, you only have a small magic pot between you and those. Well, there's two, I think. There's two inside the room with it, and there's one in this next room, so there's three.
Yeah, and he's going to use the arrows that he gets here to take out the Wizrobes. This is a really rough play.
Yeah,
I think it's one that you make,
worse.
and then you don't realize how terrible it feels until you get to Lamola's too. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Poor Alex.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, you know, that's kind of a clutch arrow drop, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We are in really bad position equipment-wise. Yeah, just line up in the back and fire.
I really hope this play pays off to some degree.
I
just
know.
for Alex, because
it feels painful, man.
I feel like just nothing has gone their way this entire race, which happens all the time in CrossKeys. Some players just hit the right route and get all the good items, and just is what it is.
Wisely picking up the magic pot there first, clearing things out.
Oh yeah, you can't even do Aga 2 without a sword or the bug net.
Oh, that's right. Oh no, he can't even do Aga 2.
What if oh man, put bug net up here. Come on, do it.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I would love that, actually, if it was like, it's dangerous to go alone.
Take this. 20 bucks. Art container.
Hey, got 2 more shots for a bug net or a sword.
Oh yeah, he can't even beat Moldarin 2 either.
Oh no, he can't. 1 more shot. Ew. Ew, he's been without a sword this whole time.
Oh my gosh. This would make me want to retire from playing CrossKeys, honestly.
Go to the top.
Magic, he got the powder.
Oh no.
Okay.
Powder.
You know he's going to check that right away, because he's like, I have to know.
This is so silly. Gylgamesh is gonna go check this map, so I don't think we've seen the GT map yet, so is he gonna get...
I think we have. I'm pretty sure we have. It might be Hyrule
we've already seen...
Okay. That's Swamp. In the Dark World. But that's the last map he needed, so now he'll have all of his dungeon info, so...
Right. And it's still for Gylgamesh, though, having the ability to go all the way through Swamp Palace and do everything in there, it's a rough play once we see that it's a pendant. It's like, alright, cool. Alex isn't even thinking about Swamp at all.
No.
So there's like no way Alex even thinks about Swamp.
Well, I mean, Alex can only do the first chest and did do it.
Right.
What
so
was there.
If Pod is there, then that's unfortunate. It's like that's one of the worst possible spots it could be for Alex.
Oh, that's a very good point, chat member. The dam was up on East Death Mountain, which Gylgamesh has not gotten to yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he can do it if he takes the West Death Mountain route up past Hera. But this is going to be an Eastern clear right now.
So that does play a part, which Gylgamesh is probably not going to want to go there at all.
Yeah, that probably... We're talking about Gylgamesh going to Swamp, but there's no way in hell he was going to Swamp. Alright, moment of truth. Was that GT climb worth a dang?
Be something good.
Come on, Pod Big. Come on, Pod Big. Do
no,
the
let's
funny. Aww.
I was waiting for mushroom. Oh no, we got a map to Pod.
Of course, you know, it's a map to a dungeon you already have the information for because it was a Pyramid Fairy Crystal. Wait, okay, here is Laser Bridge finally for Alex. This is one of those
Yes,
moments where you're
man.
like, I'm mad because I just got the boots and I could have done this.
Yeah. You really hate to see it. It's
Yeah.
painful.
But
Gilgamesh is going all the way back into Eastern Palace. Now that they have their bow, they're going to full clear it.
Gonna get their
So.
ice big here and be like, oh no. Don't make me go back to Ice Palace for a pod big. That's gross.
If I'm Alex right now,
I'm mad.
I may have tears in my eyes just from both anger and that's my face.
Yeah, the perfect face.
Oh, that's my face after finding all of that. Oh man.
I mean, you know, it really came down to there was a part where Alex popped out of like it was Spiral Cave that led to Dark World Bonk Rocks next to the bomb shop. He decided to go east to do Lake Hylia, Dark Lake Hylia, and then to the Dark Ice Red Cave, all that stuff. But if he had gone west and gotten those boots, like, literally changes everything.
Yeah. It's not a matter of it even being, like, a bad play. It was just the wrong choice, which you make in CrossKeys.
And you're just like, so when did you get the hammer? Oh, I don't know. 50 minutes in. You want to know how long it took me to get it? Yeah, well...
The hammer's in your house, Numpty.
You see... The hammer's in your house. This is an interesting scenario for Gylgamesh, though. After beating Eastern. Because, yeah, Swamp, not available. So, you know, we could see Gylgamesh maybe go for the GT climb. Maybe go back to Ice Palace. I mean, there's not really any other entrances left. Or... like previous dungeons to go to.
Yeah, we really don't have many even like one-off checks from entrances. Like I don't even think we have many treasure entrances, so to speak.
No, I don't think so.
So all those are pretty much done. It's something like that last chest behind Moldorm 2. It's gonna be something bonkers. It maybe even on Trinex or something.
It's probably just going to be in a swamp. I wonder if this is going to be a East Death Mountain play. Looking like it. Okay. So I would assume he'll see the silvers, have a nice little giggle. He'll find the dam. Might even go ahead and open up TR while he's up there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's the thing is, if you're taking proper notes, I mean, the only dungeon he hasn't found yet was like Castle Tower. Yeah, that's
sticks of death on
Fighter Sword Moth can be a real pain in the butt. And even Hammer Moth can be a pain in the butt because sometimes the hammer just is terrible.
Yeah. I remember when Inverted first got introduced, that Fighter Sword Moth was just like rampant. Every scene.
Oh yeah.
I did that so many times in testing too. Oh, thinking about that was so painful. I remember mentioning.
Yeah, like it was so rough and Inverted when it first came out because like there would be so many seats where it's like, okay, do 4 heart blind, have fun.
Yeah. When they first released Inverted, they put like some sort of hard mode disclaimer because a lot of us that were testing it were like, "Yo, you got to do some hard stuff in the early game." And here is the swamp stuff now. So
yeah, this dam also led to, I believe, the Desert Big at the Sunken Treasure location.
I think so. Which to me, it's kind of wild that Alex is missing Thieves Town and Swamp Bigs when they found all the keys early. Literally.
That's how it goes.
And making mincemeat of the moth on the second try. Mm-hmm. Very well done. Sometimes that moth just does not cooperate.
Yeah, the real question now is Alex prepared to make another trip back to Ganon's tower? Would assume so. There was some stuff there that was not too bad, like a sword upgrade.
Yeah, finding a sword upgrade would be the number one thing I'd want as either runner, essentially. But Gilgamesh, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what? That third sword's nice since I'm leaving Silver.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. I don't need. I then. Well, now I don't remember where the other. It wasn't Paradox Cave that kicked you out at Floating Island. It was something else. Because that was definitely
Was it
not
the Angry
Floating
Brothers?
Island. The Brothers was no. That was Desert Fairy and Light World Laser, or Fairy.
Okay,
The Fairy drop down cave.
gotcha.
Was it Dancing Lady?
Oh, you know, we haven't seen this yet. It's a green potion, okay. Or no, we have seen it, excuse me, because I think
No, it wasn't Dancing Lady.
Alex did come back to that.
Well, let's see. It was one of the. Hmm.
Gilgamesh's sprite is from Ace Attorney,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
no, it wasn't that. What
Right, I remember Angry Bros putting us out here, and then we dropped down to the...
Yeah, this is gonna take him back to the desert area, I think. Oh no, that's swamp. Okay, well my notes are just bad then.
Okay, so Lena is saying Paradox lower. Yeah, because I don't think Gilgamesh has pushed past that block, because Alex did, and knew they could mirror back in, because they had mirror...
So wait, so just two entrances of Paradox Cave led to Dark Death Mountain then?
I think, yeah.
Okay,
That makes more sense.
That's silly.
So Alex is now going through their Ice Palace. They just got another pod small, which they can go through and get another check and pod. I'm pretty sure they haven't done the vanilla big key location and Harmless Hellway.
They did do Harmless Hellway, I remember, because that was the shovel.
Right, okay, yeah.
Alex wasn't able to do... wasn't getting the hammer jump, so didn't go back to Dark Maze, but I would assume that they would probably be more likely to head to GT after all this.
Yeah.
Probably go beat Moldorm next at Tower of Hera, since that's right next door.
Yeah.
Alright, we are in Swamp. We are on the lookout for a pod big. That is it. That is all that Gilgamesh needs to finish out this seed. Would probably also like a Tempered Sword as well.
Do you leave left side swamp at this point, since it's only the pod big? Or are you more on the line of, if it's one item, check it anyway? Check left side swamp.
I think it's different in CrossKeys. I think you just do it.
Yeah.
Do it all in one go.
Talking about this. Like, I know in open mode or whatever, in like casual boost races and stuff, you're less likely to go do that just because it's not as complicated to get there. It's, you know where it's at. So, but I think doing this all in one go is the best play, even looking for just one item. There's always a sword in Swamp.
It'd be different, I think, if Swamp was a crystal. Because, like, yeah, true. I mean, if you get the big key on Argus, then you save time, not having to do left side. But with it being a pendant, it's like, I would rather find it and then not have to do Argus, if I could.
Right. I'd rather find it on the left side and then not have to worry about going back. Yeah, but like doing all this is just a lot better. Ew.
Ooh, Desert Small.
I didn't even think about that.
After Swampy, he can go back into the Dark World, and there was a desert entrance here in the Mire area. So.
Right.
Alex says pick up his silvers. This is our new check. This could be the pod big. It's a compass. Okay. That was another bailout.
Dark Palace to pod.
Close.
We found the map and the compass to pod, both in like checks we haven't seen yet. Oh, that's funny. This game, man, it's sentient.
This game's got the giggles. Where is that pod big? Man, could you imagine if it's at like frickin' Moldorm 2 or something?
That's what I've got like stuck in my head as it being the thing where Alex did the climb, not able to kill Moldorm.
That would be the biggest middle finger.
It really would. That would be your princess is in another castle moment.
Right? Alright, left side swamp. Do you got the goods? Another small key to... Oh...
Oh
That's
no.
both Castle Tower keys. The thing is, Gilgamesh has not found Castle Tower yet, so...
No. So we can have an AGA 1 possible, like, deal 2, which is also another awful thing.
Oh no! Oh... Alex was out of magic, so...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. The potion shop, where
They
was
had a
that?
green potion, I thought.
No,
Oh, no,
they
never mind.
used that in GT.
That was Gilgamesh that found another green potion. That's what I was thinking of. So, we are definitely getting a full clear of Swamp. Gonna get some more information over here. We do know that Swamp is not a crystal, which Gilgamesh also knows.
Mm-hmm. God, it's unfortunate the mirror out of ice spells. That's just time you don't really have to send back. There's always a sword in Swamp.
There's always a sword. Both items you can use to beat AGA 2.
And the thing is, when you are short magic, there is cheeky methods that you can use to make up for it, such as, like, you can use bow plus fire rod to kind of extend the hitbox and, like, deal an extra bit of fire, like an extra fire rod damage. I've definitely used that in situations where I'm out of magic. There's also that weird thing where you, like, shoot some arrows, place some bombs, and then mash Samaria to get some magic back. It's really wacky. Or sword beams work too, but yeah, sword beams was not an option for him.
It sets the value, so to speak. Yeah, where it'll let you basically do the trick in GT where you're just firing the rod over and over again because it's got such a wide berth that you can do it. That is a spot people forget that has magic, though. Going to the trap room and dropping down into the ice pit. I just realized Pod Big could be on pedestal. Or behind the book, wherever that's at.
Yeah, there's still, like, if you're either of these runners, you're just like, please, just give it to me. I want to be done. I've had enough. Especially if you're Alex, you're probably, like, ready to be done with this seed.
Yeah, Alex, the thing is Alex also needs another sword still, so while we know where 3 are, Alex is like, I still need Thieves Town big, I still need, there's just so much Alex is missing,
well, if Alex
where we're on a single item.
Back to GT, he'll get a sword, he'll get his Thieves Town big.
So that will set them on a good path at least, yeah.
Alright, Cold Stare take 2. Well, I guess this is still take 1. We never actually dropped down the first time. Now with full magic.
Oh, they didn't even have a key either. Oh, ew. I just realized that if they had a key, they could have gone back up and gotten the magic from the side room there.
Yeah.
Which, how often do you come across that being an issue where you get down there?
Be careful.
Doing some safety strats.
Yeah, it doesn't have the blue mail that we saw, because that was behind Ice Armos, I believe.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like nothing on right side desert. Oh.
Oh! Yeah, if you stand at the top up there, it's still tough to dodge the puffs, but the ice will not hurt you, because it just doesn't... It doesn't do the splash damage that it has for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just some weird graphical error that it doesn't know you're there.
It's probably just like barely landing outside of the outside the wall or something.
The trigger spot that it has to hit. So Gilgamesh has the Desert Palace big? Yes.
Yeah, I just marked it. I had missed that earlier. And this is that Ice Palace small.
Which actually was dug up by Alex a while ago, which they could have used instead of having the mirror.
I think they just never went to the pot room and grabbed that small key. And I know, like, in a race situation, it's like, sometimes it's hard to think about better ways to deal with a bad situation. Oh no!
Right. Jeez. Oh, Aldorm 1, you...
These bosses are just not playing nicely for Alex today.
I do feel like Alex has got some of the nerves going on. We're getting into a 2-hour mark, and you're missing some critical stuff. You're really not feeling in a good spot.
I mean, he's got to feel tremendously far behind at this point. So, you know, I know I've been in situations where I'm just like, just waiting for the dot done.
Right. Turtle Rock, Laser Bridge, just like, probably was the point my heart would sink. And I'm just like, oh my, okay, ouch. And yeah, you're waiting for the dot done. You're waiting to see what's going to happen.
Well, it looks like we're getting a climb from Gylgamesh.
Yeah, and we'll get a Maldorm 2 kill as well.
So right now, the likeliest place for this pod big is either on Moldorm, at whatever Aga 2 dropdown is, which I think is going to be Lumberjack, or behind Aga 1 at Lumberjack, which is Kakariko Well, or maybe just on Trinex. I think that's all that I can think of. Now, of course, we're still missing stuff like the book to check tablets.
Right.
Hell, it could be the pedestal, but that sucks.
Yeah, well, really, nothing is locking us from it being pedestal.
Yeah.
So, like, pedestal is absolutely an option. We just have no way to know it. We have no direction on that. So, getting the book would be awful, but not the worst.
Oh, it'd be awful.
If it is there.
It'd be the worst.
I'm just saying, in the case that it is in that spot, it really wouldn't feel that bad. Because,
right, yeah.
Like, if I was Gylgamesh, I'm probably also not feeling good that I'm one item away from go mode at 2 hours.
Happy
like,
2 hours. I don't blame you. I'd be tense right now as well.
No matter which runner I was. And for both reasons. One item away plus having or missing so many things. Sometimes it's just a matter of it all being right in a row when you miss so many things where it could be anywhere for one item.
There's so many bad possibilities.
It probably wouldn't be the longest to get to the other two, but I don't know. It's still not fun to think that it could be on Ped.
So if Trinex does have the pod big, then all Alex would need to do at this point is head to GT, get his his sword, get his Thieves Town big, would still have to go back and beat Ice Palace again, or beat Cold Stare.
Okay, this is a play.
What?
Trinex on Alex's side.
Hammer's fine.
Just the no half magic thing is also kind of burning Alex really bad, unfortunately.
Where was that again?
GT, I think.
Also GT?
Yeah, on the left-hand side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was in the rando room. Because we were talking about doing Ice Armos with the Cane, and then he gets half magic, and we're like, yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Right. Oh, okay, so Alex activated Flute, and it looks like he went and bought some potions to just deal with this. That's another thing I'd have to point out in this race, is that Gylgamesh definitely coming off as the player with the better execution. Obviously, it's easier to execute, to have better execution when you have better weaponry to work with. But I just feel like I've seen a lot of slips on Alex's side.
Yeah, I think the things like, you know, Armo's quick kill and stuff like that, it's been cleaner on Gilgamesh's end rather than Alex's, for sure. The only thing Alex has done, like, unclean would be probably the Harapot box.
I completely looked away. I'm assuming the item on Trinex was nothing.
I missed it as well.
10 arrows at Moldorm 2. Okay. A red 20, thank you.
So now we're heading towards getting the book for it to be in a bad spot, or really it's looking more and more like a head pod big key.
I'd be just ready for it to be at Kakariko, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that's
Like,
a very dense spot. So
if I knew where Castle Tower was, I would probably go for that as opposed to running around and taking out the other pendant dungeons. But Gylgamesh hasn't found Castle Tower yet, and I believe it was at the TR connector, and the way you had to get there was from finding the Bumper Cave connector, which I don't remember where that was.
I don't have that in my notes either, unfortunately.
Okay, that is a fully cleared Ganon's Tower.
So we know that Ganon's Tower so far has led to, the climb, that is, to nothing. This is going to be a big check here, whether or not it's pod. Big key.
Is it gonna be a key?
What do we have? It's the red mail.
The red
it's
mail.
the you don't die mail. We are at 16 hearts in red mail. Yeah, we are defensed up.
Pretty cozy.
So going back up here, checking these spots. Have they checked the top of... They've checked these entrances.
Yeah, this is going to be a Trinex kill.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like Castle Towers into Kakariko at Lumberjack is going to be the answer here.
Yeah.
We do have Spike Cave. I don't think we've seen Spike Cave from either player. That was at Village of Outcasts area.
Right, because I think Alex found that without the hammer, and Gylgamesh just never went back. So, I don't know if Gylgamesh actually found it, though. I don't think Gylgamesh even knows where it's at, if I'm being... I don't think... Because they've had the hammer and items off of Laser Bridge.
Uh-huh.
They have... Yeah, they've had those for a while.
I would assume that they saw it when they were routing up from south Village of Outcasts to the north.
Right.
Probably
so they probably
along the way.
Yeah, they probably do know where it's at.
Okay, that was just lava chest then.
Yeah, that was lava chest for 10. So no Trinex kill quite yet.
Not yet.
They didn't. They still have a key though, don't they? For TR.
Yeah, they have all 4.
Okay. I was gonna say, not that I have any experience in it, mistakenly going and checking a key and accidentally using the key and needing to find the final TR key.
Thieves' Big Town chest is still a thing. Yes, that could be.
That is
true.
Could
be the answer. And,
because no big key for Alex on that end. Now they did get an easier boss kill this time. Silvers on Vidi is a cozy time.
Okay.
If I'm Alex, I'm thinking I've got what I need now to go to GT. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like Alex needed to go ahead and plan for the trip by going through the Dark World mirroring to be able to go towards GT again.
Yeah. I mean...
Because you're setting yourself up to be at 2 entrances then.
For him, he just needs 2 big keys. I'm sure he was hoping he'd find at least one of them on like Vidi or Trinex.
Well, also looking for a sword. So they are paranoid about a sword.
Might be the swamp play then, which will get him a sword.
So that'll be nice. That'll be a little bit of weight. Because honestly, finding a sword there as my second sword, I'm like, man, I don't think my opponent got that at all.
back to pod for Dark Maze and maybe Vanilla Beaky Chest. Dude, what if Pod Big's just in here? Oh. I love the slow dash. The slow dash is so silly.
Oh, when it lags out when you do the bomb?
For some reason, when you throw a bomb and start dashing, sometimes you just dash slow.
Oh.
$50.
Well, unfortunate. We can beat the dungeon.
Pod?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, beat the...
What have we been looking
for?
You're fine.
Wow, man, I am... Yeah, that's highlight reel material with the thing we've been talking about the whole time. So, Swamp.
Have we not seen Darkcross from either runner?
Oh no, you're right. We haven't seen.
Dude, 2 hour and 9 minute Darkcross. That's desperation at this point.
That's painful. That is an area that I think would make me nervous laugh when I found it.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Mushroom.
Oh no. Listen, somebody said the Do You Want to Fetch Quest song. I'm not doing it.
Good.
I refuse. This is full of fetch quests, though. We're getting all of them.
You know what's super nice is that both this and the Witch's Hut are both at flute locations, so checking this is extremely quick.
Yeah. One of the few times. One of the few times it's actually quick.
Oh!
Oh no! It's
there it
is!
It was at Darkcross the whole time.
Oh no!
Oh god, it's hilarious.
That is so...
Alright. 209.58, give or take. Gylgamesh is in go mode. We're gonna go kill Helma and keep his Tourney life on the line, or at least his bracket chances alive. Because, yeah, this is a beefy tournament with only like supposedly only 16-person bracket. So basically, if you lose 3 times out of 8 Swiss rounds, you're out. If you lose 2 times, you have to do a tiebreaker race. So, and both runners are at 2 and 2. I know I was talking to Gylgamesh earlier because we were playing some Mario Kart, and he was like, you know what? I didn't really have high prospects for making it far in this tournament, so whatever. I'm just here for the ride. So, still, I'm sure. I think most people that aren't shooting for brackets are like, can I at least get like 50% win rate? That'd be nice. That's what I'm aiming for. All right.
In that second sword.
Finally. I can't believe it was freaking Darkcross. Of all the places, man.
Yeah, that is a wild spot. Again, Darkcross is very similar to just like that first chest. If you can get to it when you get onto Hyrule Castle, it's one of those things, if I know how to do it, I want to get it out of the way. But sometimes I leave it, and it's always what I need.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, getting it early wouldn't have really mattered. But getting it that late is just like, oof. Oof.
That feels bad.
That
feels very bad.
It's concerning, especially after
in this instance
doing like all of Pendant Swamp for just a sword.
Right. Like, Pendant Swamp did nothing for you here.
I wonder how Gylgamesh is feeling at this point. I'd still be feeling okay, but then again, like, I'd feel content finishing with like a 215, but then I open up the race room and my opponent got a sub 2 somehow.
I could really feel in Gilgamesh's end that you're just kind of like, man, it took me so long to get dark. And like, you're just thinking about that being that go mode that you got, that somebody else already had that.
Yeah.
But you're trying to also think about what other items you found that were in odd spots that maybe you got before your opponent, where we know Alex didn't get to the laser bridge
Mhm.
for so long. And
I mean,
that had everything.
I know I would be feeling bad after doing a useless pendant swamp and climbing GT for nothing.
Right. Those two are just rough. That is so much time spent in dungeons that you did not need to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what May says. The 145 laser bridge finding your first sword, which shoutouts to Alex for that. They've been without a sword for most of the race.
Yeah, for more of the race.
So they just got their second sword in
and
Swamp.
I mean that's just the nature of CrossKeys, man. You skip one entrance sometime or put it off, and that has like all your goods, and you just shrug it off, like, you know, okay, well, that happened. On to the next one, I guess.
Right. I tend to agree with what you were saying earlier, that the closer wins sting more. They just don't feel good. Where the longer ones, it's like, I just had a bad game. That was just every possible wrong choice you could make. And you
I
definitely
feel bad getting whomped, and
right,
because I like played bad. If I play bad, that's one thing. If like I just got randoed to oblivion, then it's like whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it.
You shake your head and you're like, that's just what happens. And
I SMH my head.
Keys.
Oh, this is the torch
notorious
glitch.
for that too.
Well, good thing he got tempered sword. Otherwise, this would be kind of annoying.
They might have a green potion still, because they found one. Their third bottle was a green potion. I don't think they used it.
It's even worse when you miss torch glitch when you're sitting there mashing the lamp button, and then it still doesn't work. You know, that exact thing happened to me in, God, it was like maybe 3 years ago. There was an NMG tournament that I joined.
Oh, yeah.
And I was mashing, and then it just so happened to, like, I somehow still missed and lost because of it.
Probably because just
very sad.
There's something about that transition from 3 to 4, it eats that input.
Yeah, well, the thing, like, when the torch goes out, it'll eat your input, which has definitely hurt me before when I'm trying to, like, time a fire rod shot or something.
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty feels bad, but regardless, it's not going to stop Gylgamesh from taking down Ganon and securing a win and moving on into the next round. Still in bracket contention. Get your GGs in chat for Gylgamesh.
Wonderful job. Now, Alex is going to be getting their revenge on good old Puffballs here.
Wow. What a crazy race. What a laser bridge. It looks like Alex has thrown in the towel at this point. Get your GGs in chat for both runners. We'll see if we can get them in for a little talky talk.
No shame in that. If at this point you know there's something out there that's just in a weird spot that hasn't been done, you're like, yeah, it's good. I don't want to find it. I don't care. I'll find out in post.
What's done is done. Time to move on.